Alright, in this video, I'm going to cover why it's important to grow an audience and more so where to get started from, right, with TikTok. So, a lot of people, coaches, consultants, whatever realm you're coming from, whether that is also the agency space as well, it's very important if we look at top figures in the space, right? We look at Hermosi, we look at Tate, we look at people selling shit online, right? Type in Alex Hermosi.
Let me tell you something, man. When this Corona thing was going on, I tried.
So literally, Alex Hermosi, 288.7k followers, right? Look at the amount of content he posts. Right? If I even look up, let's say this. Cole Gordon, this guy's posting shit ton of content. The guy that really kills the internet game, right? Gary freaking V owns his craft on organic content. So if I'm a coach or I'm a consultant, right? Let's say I don't really have the budget yet. I'm not really selling high ticket to grow an audience to sell to. Or let's say I'm even an agency owner, right? I know that I don't want to do this for a long time in terms of 5 to 6 years. Here's what I want to do. Leverage attention, build out an audience, right? If I were to build an audience on YouTube, I'd go in, post a bunch of content, have long form content, have somebody edit the content, and upload it across all channels, right? So we're killing two birds with one stone. We're getting consistent content put out, and we're also getting short form content built out so that we can grow our audience quicker. So most of your audience should really come from long form pieces of content, but we're competing with so many other people in the space in terms of generating long form content and getting attention for people to watch our long form content. So then this is like a funnel, right? With any ads, let's say you do run ads, you run into a funnel. Those people get hit with the landing page, right? That specific part of the funnel. They opt in, they get the resource, and then you hit them with email sequences. If they don't book a call right then and there, you hit them with email sequences. You follow up, you give them a ton of value. They get insight, and then they book in a call. Maybe they don't buy from you now, or maybe 3 months from now, but let's say they'll purchase from you 6 months from now. So short form content is simply a funnel for you to get to point A to point B, right? So if we came across a new prospect, right? They follow us on TikTok, right? They see a ton of short form content we post, they subscribe to that or they follow us. Let's say we make one piece of content out of the week that has a call to action, like check out my recent YouTube video here, right? These people are going to get hit with that piece of content 4 times a month. They go in, they see that content, they swipe, they see your profile, they see that your TikTok's connected to your YouTube channel, they click on that, they go, they watch your long form piece of content, maybe they don't even subscribe, but they keep watching your content, then they subscribe down the line, they become a long-term client or customer or a viewer of your content, or as I should say, subscriber. And let's say you roll out a specific new offer, you can sell to them. So, organic TikTok growth. How do you expect to be a coach in a popular industry when people don't even know who you are, right? You need an audience to sell anything. Not just any piece of content, but you need quality content. So after speaking to a dozen people in the industry, the number one reason they aren't experiencing any growth on TikTok is either A, they lack time to upload content, or B, they just can't edit the content themselves, right? It's a tedious task, right? It's a pain. Yet the reason why we know about Alex Hermosi is because he's consistently on your feed from IG Reels, TikTok, or even Andrew Tate, right? How did Andrew Tate blow up? He does affiliate marketing type of process. He has a ton of people, build out multiple accounts regarding his niche, and he simply uploads that content from there, right? And then he's able to leverage that attention to then his own YouTube channel or whatever content or long form piece of content he has. Then he sells that to Hustlers University, his specific program, right? So literally scaling your brand all comes down to how well you leverage your attention, right? Imagine if Jeff Bezos had the social platform, right? Let's say he was posting content daily, similar to Hermosi, similar to all these other guys, right? He'd be making a killing. Let's say he made a course or a program that sold for 100K. You know how many people would buy that 100K program because he's a billionaire, right? So in order for, whether you're a coach, consultant, whether you're an agency owner, whatever you sell, right? You're selling something. You have to leverage attention, you have to build out an audience, and also you have to create a polarizing opinion in the specific space in order to get people to keep watching you, right? The reason why we look at Andrew Tate, he has polarizing opinions. The reason why we know about Hormozy, what does he do? Well, he gives us insight in a polarizing manner. His intro is like, I'm not trying to sell you anything, right? So we know that we can get genuine feedback from a guy that's not trying to sell us, right? That's his basic selling point, is he's not trying to sell you something. Because people have polarizing opinions or outlooks on life, they have authority, right? Especially if somebody's built to 8-figure business, right? Well, they didn't solely build that out. They leveraged attention to build that out, right? If we look at people who started from ground zero and tried to build a 7-figure or 8-figure business compared to somebody who's been posting content, let's say their journey to their first 100K, right? And then they roll out a program to help those 100K people or those people who follow him along his journey to then get to his position. It's like a reverse engineering feedback loop, right? You have your audience, people watch you, they watch your content from 0 to 100K, then you go from 100K to a million, then you teach those people how to get to your position. Now that doubles in terms of your revenue, and your that propels you even more, right? You're at a 7-figure run rate, then you're on track to potentially do an 8-figure run rate. So what I've noticed is literally, how do coaches become so big? Well, they post content, right? They build out a massive audience, right? Then they build out whatever structure they're teaching. They build out a program around that to help other students. Those students get enrolled to that program, and then they consistently just shout out that mentor they were working with. That mentor then reposts the content, and now he's become a well-known figure in the industry because he's helped people, right? But what I've noticed is the only difference between a student and a teacher is the audience they have, right? The teacher or the mentor who's selling a 7-figure program, or even like a 6-figure program, as I should say, a 6-figure program, right? Let's say whether that's 10, 15, 20, 30K a month, or even a one-time payment of like 50K. The reason why they're able to do that price is, yeah, of course their system has to work, but more so it's the audience they have. They have people who've maybe followed them from their journey from 0 to 100K, and then they go to a million. Then it's like, oh, I've seen you grown so much, man. I trust you. It's literally trust, right? With any selling point, whether you're in sales, you have to build that rapport. You have to build that trust in order to take somebody from cold to warm to taking out their pocket to taking out their credit card to them buying from you, right? It's literally trust. So people who are selling these multi-figure numbers, right? We look at guys like Eman Gadget, you look at guys at Bastion Slot, you look at guys like Trey Cochran, you look at other guys in the industry. What do? They record their life journey, they repost that content, they get attention, and literally they just sell to the exact audience, right? That's really all it is. And it's what separates a student from somebody who's there that can have the power to do that, to then take a step back. So if we look at Eman Gadget, right? This guy literally came up promoting the agency space, right? Yeah, he does have an agency model, he does have an agency business, but that's not his main focus anymore, right? Well, what I've noticed in the space, being in for like 2 years, is, of course, I've had my fair share of mentorships. I spent around 20K inside my own investments to mentors, right? What I've realized is, like, the current behind the specific stage is simple, right? These people, let's say they start in the agency space. They grow, they launch their agency, they go from 0 to 10K, they go to a 6-figure run rate, right? They build out an audience in the meantime while going to 0 to 100K to then 100K to a million in a year. People are so interested about their journey, then they roll out a consulting offer to help people get to that position they were with that previous business. But then they pivot from the agency space to then strictly consulting, right? It's literally the done for you model is so outdated, right? Of course, the done for you model is great to go from 0 to 10K, but going from 10K to 100K is very difficult to manage with the done for you offer in the agency game. I've been in the agency space, right? I can tell you it's not freaking easy, and nor it's not fun, right? When you sign somebody from a client and you take their money, it's like you're really struggling to even, they're even struggling to even give you their money, right? What this done for you offer. They give you their money, right? Let's say you're on a 4K retainer. First of all, you sign them on 3-month minimum, but you really don't know if they're gonna stay on for 3-month minimum, right? They can literally leave at any time. You can try to pay the next invoice and literally the card declines because they change cards. That's what I've noticed. I've been through that space where you sign a client, they agree on 3-month minimum, the first month goes great. You try to bill that second invoice on auto bill, card declines, you reach out to them, they say nothing, right? So the easiest model to get into is like this done with you consulting offer. But I do advise like you can't consult anybody if you haven't been in the trenches yourself. If you haven't invested, right? So what they teach is somewhat valuable, but they're not doing the agency space forever. They either pivot to a consulting offer or done with you, or they build out something to help other people in that position. They sell their previous business to these other people, right? Literally, that's it. And if you're a coach or consultant and you're trying to build out an audience to sell to, well, it's your best bet that you need to have attention across all these platforms. You need to have attention on Instagram Shorts, IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, right? All these platforms. It's super, super key and super important that you do this. So with that being said, leverage your attention. Here's what I'm going to start doing as well. I'm going to edit my own content, but in the meantime, I'm rolling out this new offer to help other people automate this process, coaches, consultants, right? So the reason being, if you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, right, you just want to provide content, you just hate the tedious task, right? Feel free to hop on a call with me. I'll walk you through our process. We create everything A to Z in terms of, let's say you shoot pieces of long form content. My team and I can go in, edit that piece of content, make it tailored to get results, to get trending views, right? To build the numbers from A to Z. Or we can also do the other aspect of it. Let's say you don't want to think about specifically shooting content, you don't want to think about how to shoot content, then we can help you with this done with you, where we'll give you the script, we'll give you the framework, we'll let you know what's working well in the market so that you can create tailored content to that and then you can grow your audience, right? That's simply, I'm still in the trenches, right? But I'm presenting more. All these people want to go into TikTok and promote this TikTok ads offer to ECOM brands. It's a dangerous game. It's not fun. Here's what I want to do. I pivoted my own offer to then provide this done with you service to where we can help coaches, consultants build their brand, build out their audience from scratch, right? In the meantime, I'm going to grow out my own audience in the process so that everything I just told you, I can have that level of playing field while building out my own audience, right? So if we just look at what people are doing instead of what people are saying to do, you'll realize a whole lot of what's happening in the online space, right? So with this piece of content, hope you guys found it valuable. Post content if you don't have the time, or if you have the time to edit it, do it. It's going to be a long-term investment. It's more so delayed gratification, but this is going to help you out tremendously if you're looking to sell, if you want to get into the online space but don't know how. And with that being said, hope you guys found this super, super valuable.